Hi, welcome to the stream. It seems like it is a common theme these days that I fuck up the episode title again. So, you know, this is very friendly for YouTube later on too, given that I just started with some swearing. So, great. Luckily I'm not monetized there, so it doesn't matter. This is episode 32, if I'm not completely mistaken. And we are 3 games in, and this should probably contain the 4th. Given that we had 7 points in the last 3 games, well, it's a decent start into the season. We are destined to get relegated after all. You know, as usual. But let's see how we'll fare. That said, first of all, we'll do a minuscule analysis. And the minuscule analysis says we conceded more than 1 goal per match. I realize that this is a bit stupid, but we conceded 2 goals versus PDRM while still playing a defensive tactic. So that certainly didn't work, at least on this one occasion. Don't want to overinterpret the results just yet, but it is a thing. So facing Kuala Lumpur next time, we play at home. I expect we hopefully will fare better. And we'll probably keep the positive formation. Well, the positive mentality with the 4-2-3-1. What will we face though? Well, don't know yet. A 4-4-2. Okay. So that's not horrible, is it? We can probably face a 4-4-2 with a 4-2-3-1. I'm okay with that. Let's also have a look at the injury situation. Ahmad's missing. I think we'll be able to deal with it. Azamuddin should be on the brink of a comeback, but probably too early for him. And Shane Bauru, not sure. How long is it for him? It probably is in the other menu too, I just couldn't find it at first glance. 4 days. 4 days, but he's not well trained at this point. Also, there's a ton of problems with low sharpness. Given the ton of problems with low sharpness, we should probably target a friendly too. I don't really like it, but within this schedule, maybe we should arrange a friendly. And I'll let Mr. Confucius manage that one. But we need some sharpness, so I guess that makes sense. Which, well, matches on Sunday, so we have some time to spare here. Can we maybe convince Sarawak to do another friendly here? Or somebody else? Somebody that's willing to come and... Nah. It's just really only Sarawak. We'll try. Last friendly versus Sarawak was in January. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. They will probably accept this if they have the time. Then we'll redo the training. Yeah, so we could redo the training too. Given the amount of injuries, I still feel it might be inappropriate, the amount of training. I'm not 100% sure though. So far we're also focused on general training overall. This is wrong, there's a match on Sunday here. It might be a good idea, might be a bad idea, I'm not sure. So we'll have a look at that once, well, maybe the injuries will continue like this, then we will need to have a look at it and maybe give it a thought. I do not know why everybody hurts themselves all the time. It might also have to do with low sharpness. So it might be that it's not about the training schedule after all. It is about the fact that we do not schedule enough friendlies here. Or anything else that contains a little bit of a bonus to match sharpness. So I guess match practice and all. That said, match practice in itself hurts players, so full circle. Yeah. Financially, we're not doing well. That was to be expected. On the other hand, at least we got rid of Diego, so it somewhat fits the wage budget. And with respect to team cohesion, I think there's a bit of an upside to be found here too. It is not horrible. but team leaders are not exactly the players that I was looking to be team leaders. Hopefully Zakaria goes up there at some point, but that'll take a while. He's 16 years old. I did that explicitly. Don't know. We'll see how it goes. Kuala Lumpur are also 4th, so it might sound a bit funny, but the goal for the Kuala Lumpur match is to not concede a goal. Given that we are destined to go down, I think this is appropriate. This all seems reasonable. I guess we could do match preparation if possible. No, that stuff doesn't exist anymore. It's the match focus session. I always forget. But in this case here, actually also here. Did we play on Sunday? We did not play on Sunday. But we can do a match review here. Match review does increase team cohesion and the overall familiarity with all of this. And include an overall session, because why not? So something like this. Be too bad. Alright. There's that. Next. So I don't know about the tactic yet. We don't know if everybody will be available. Hopefully Fagarola will be fine this time. You really need him. And we also signed 3 new physios because we want to splash the cash, apparently. So that's a thing. In order to increase the overall amount of physiotherapy at the club, because, well, I suspect the low quality physiotherapy is part of what doesn't go well with all the injury situations. So that's it. I just also realized that the camera is misplaced. Yeah, I'm a professional. Let's put it where it belongs. Give me a second. Should be here. That's better. This is how it works, usually. The other one is the work location. So, yeah. I'm good at this. Anyway, if you made it this far in the recording or in the stream, let me know what you think about all of the unprofessionalism. I seem to fit the squad nicely. It's all an utter chaos. There is also another concern, come to think of it, that came to my mind. So, I recently realized, also, this is me stating the dumbass on the internet, but it is a thing worth considering, at least to me. I recently realized that a scouting range here does not only imply the package, it implies the range of whatever scouting your staff can do. Which is somewhat weird, but apparently this is the way it works. So I think I always misunderstood that, because once you buy a package, you get knowledge of the players in the division or the region or whatever. And to me, I always thought, well, then you can still send the scouts anywhere. No, you can't. Well, I guess as a matter of principle, you could sometimes. So, for example, you can send them to a foreign country, regularly speaking, if you can afford it. But if it's not part of the package, it's not part of what I usually look at. They don't do that. So we need a bigger scouting package in case we want to scout the surrounding nations, right? Oh yeah. Well, I don't have the money for that. And in fact, scouting the Liga Super is not much useful now that the transfer window is closed. So, fuck that. Let's not waste money on it. Bye. Now he can scout the whole scouting range, which is nothing. I don't know what he's doing, really. I want to have a look. Areas. He can't scout anything. Anywhere. That's also stupid. So, he does scout the own team, or what's going on here? I don't know. we'll keep it like this, and I'll be surprised if there's any scouting report coming up. But at least we shouldn't spend any more money on it. And to be honest, there was nothing of particular interest in there anyway. Which means... Is there any player in here now? 758 players still. For whatever reason. And apparently, some players are known to the scouting staff, but we do not have knowledge of them. Don't ask me how it works. I think the entire system is a bit unintuitive. But then again, that might just be me. So, yeah. In case you know how it works, feel free to tell me. So, what's that? Oh yeah, that's a feedback for the league matches. Johor DT are second, but overall it seems like we're doing just fine. Still on our third spot, tied with Selangor, actually. I still do not know what these spots are. It doesn't show in the league, so I have no idea. Yep. I mean, I guess we're interested in relegation too, but don't know what the upside is. Should be Asian Champions League or something. Also, the prize money here, is this for every member? I don't know. It's something. We might just realize at some point that the Malaysian league is not set up correctly for FM24, or I don't know, that it never has been, because nobody does the Malaysian league anyway, which would be sad, because I really like it here so far. It's also a bit complicated, but I really like it. Yeah, sure. Give me a summary, please. Yes. So, this is one of the physios, and we will remove him. And him. There might be a problem with the other one, though. The other one costs 5k. Okay. Apparently it's not a problem so far. This is not an interesting signing. He's something susceptible to injury amongst others. I think in general I like the pace of all of the players here in Malaysia. And from that perspective he's just fine. He's also incapable of doing any physical duels that include jumping or any amount of strength. So I don't know if I should be interested. We could do with another central defender. In particular on a free transfer and maybe for cheap, but can't really. There's no scouting report here. I can't really tell. I'm not so sure. Nah. I mean, there's some strength on him. His defending overall, though, is not sure what his supposed role is, to be honest. What is it? He's left-footed, so something like this. I mean, I guess. Doesn't really help. Hasanuddin. Mut Amin Hasanuddin. Yeah. Let's get this moving. Sure. So now we fired Jenny. Sorry, it is about the skill, not about whatever else it could be. And we signed a ton of physios that have 10 to 11 points physiotherapy. Bye, Jenny. Sorry. It seems to be a thing, though. Twisted knee on him. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I cannot put them all on recovery all the time. That doesn't make sense. And if there's an extra session to be done, maybe we can use it. Alright, I should probably give this to Confucius. Come to think of it. Where is it? Responsibilities match. There we go. This will be delegated to Confucius too. So hopes are we can play a bunch of the players, they get some sharpness, nobody hurts themselves. In particular, those that just came back from injury don't hurt themselves again. And then we can use them 4 days later. Maybe. 4 days are enough for a little bit of recovery, I think. Most of them will be somewhat in a condition to be played. Yeah, don't care. Diego left his agent. Does this usually come with a reduction in, I guess, in the interest in money? No, it doesn't. And I'm not gonna negotiate for 220 in another year. Also, we lost one of our goalkeepers. We brought him in like 5 minutes ago. So that's not a big loss. We still have 2 though, if I'm not mistaken, and one of the 2... Oh, okay. Yeah, we still have 2. And I thought one of the 2 hurt themselves, but that's not true. It was somebody else, wasn't it? Was a right back or something. No, it's not Mr. Mutnor Hazik Mod Aris. Yeah, that's true. Your future is in question, but I will not deal with it just yet. We don't pay you. Here it is. Looking for the glass at the wrong side. Let's hold a cup. I guess. I'm not sure. No. You do say a glass of water, right? No. This is a glass of Coke. I guess it can. So, hopefully, we make it through the friendly unhurt. Come to think of it, that should probably rotate. Might be too late though. Not yet. This under 21's match. Sure, it can contain Avang Amat. There's nobody else registered for it, so yeah, let him play. I will throw all of this out. Put those with light load on the pitch. Hi, Mies. Welcome back to the stream. Like Amran, for example, and maybe, I guess, Fakrilla and Safri. Rusty. Because why not? We could also do Dicky. Doesn't matter much. Not, well, Rusty is more likely to play, if we're honest. Zacharias on a medium match load. Hobo does need something like this. Megamenemy did play recently. I have my problems with Ankun playing now. Chuchu could do with a match. What are we doing with him these days? Winger, okay. So I guess winger it is. Harsey did play a lot. Summary didn't necessarily. Nazarune did play. Azamudin. We have a Nazarudin and an Asamudin. Alright. Well, I guess Dot plays an attacking midfield for now. And Elbuk just still plays a lot. Him? No, not him. I guess we moved Dot one slot forward, right? I guess he could be targeted forward given the body size, and he could also do the deep lying forward. That makes even more sense. I'm so confused. This is a lone player. We brought him in as a shadow striker, and he has the best jumping reach in the entire squad and at least 6 points of heading. What is going on? I realize I know that we had this guy around, but still weird. So we do have 3 strikers after all, if we want to phrase it that way. Playmakers? Not so much. Ankun is imminent. We'll play Ankun. At least that's what I'm trying to do, right? Play an Ankun. So, any of you had a nice week, a horrible week, something to tell me? Any recommendations on what to do with the squad? Anything you want to ask? There's always stuff usually, so it's what I'm here for. This is Malaysian League 1. Welcome to the stream, and thank you very much for following. I realize there's a few people that just follow me randomly these days, so I guess either they made it over from YouTube or, I don't know, something like that. So yeah, this is Liga Super Malaysia. I'm from Germany, just to put it out there. So it's not like I have any idea about Malaysia or the entire Pacific region, basically. I have a really hard time determining which country is what. My knowledge of the geography over there is mostly derived from Hearts of Iron. That tells you a lot. So yeah, there's that. We play as the manager. Well, it's called Hobo to Hero because we have no idea about football management. As the character and maybe also as the player. So we are done being homeless, and now we play not funny Mies. We play with Sarawak United. Sarawak United are sitting on an island that is called Borneo, if I'm not mistaken. At least in one of the 2 tongues. Did forget about the other tongue. The Indonesians have their own name for it, if I'm not mistaken. But I might confuse that, you know. And Sarawak United is a really special situation. So, in case you're interested in the exact background with one club buying out the other one, the expert just asked me how many games to win the league, because I didn't really understand it. Like, somewhat, but it is some management buyout scenario stuff. Anyway, they were in Liga M3, which seems to be the second league, despite the name, because former second league got disbanded, as far as I'm aware, and we got promoted as a relegation candidate. So as a result, we are expected to once again fight bravely against relegation, just this time it's in the first league in Malaysia. That's the situation. Yeah. If that sounds interesting to you, and also with a teeny tiny club that has no money whatsoever, thanks for the reminder, Mies. If that sounds interesting to you, feel free to follow along. And, I don't know, ask questions, give recommendations. It's not like I know anything in particular about this game, other than playing it for 10 years. But that doesn't necessarily tell you that you have any idea about it. I think yes. 3 games in on 7 points. Mies is asking for winning the league already, so I don't know. How many games to winning the league? Well, how many matches do we need to win the league? Not sure. I also do not know if there will be any additional friendlies in there, so yeah, that might be a thing. John, I did try previously to target approximately 2 to 3 hours per stream now, so a little bit shorter, but to concentrate on one game. Given the amount of talking I do today, it's likely that it might be a little bit longer. But I'm trying to do more streams, but more focused on a specific thing, because there have been these 8-hour tankers. I think the worst was like an 11-hour stream. It was horrible for everyone involved, I think. On one hand, this is really fun to play for that amount of time. On the other hand, as a streamer, you're entirely devastated, and it's not really interesting to anyone following along. So I'm trying to focus on a specific thing. In this case, it is not a friendly against Sarawak that we won 3-0. Well, the assistant manager did. It is the fact that everybody's hurt. And everybody hurts themselves. In this case, a broken collarbone by Samri, which is somebody that we brought in as a replacement for... I guess he's not a replacement for anyone. But, like... Maybe somebody else can tell me. What is it that I'm doing wrong? We turned professional. So, in my defense, I usually play lower league rubbish clubs, so part-time. Like, this is still... don't want to be an ass, but this is still very much a lower league team, in a way. Like, we're in the first league in Malaysia, but in the end, it's still a lower league in comparison to Europe and so on and so forth. We have a 40k all-seater as a stadium, but the training facilities are basic, and so is everything else. So how do you set up training so people don't hurt themselves all the time? What's the problem with this? There's a ton of recovery sessions in there. If I bring this up, well, I can look at the schedule. If I bring up any of these schedules, say there's a match on Saturday, that's the wrong schedule. Say there's a match on Saturday, this is the training we do. There's barely any impact on the physical side. It says sharpness should go up because there is a match, well, duh. And also injury risk should improve slightly. What did I do wrong? I'm really interested in that. I had a look and tried to look it up, and it seems like everybody's grinding the players to the bone. But yeah, they don't hurt themselves all the time like ours. So I'm open to suggestions. Feels like Nazarudin will not play. Pulled knee ligaments. What is happening? 2 players out with somewhat long-term injuries. It is. Well, on the individual player level, it should be medium. The workload here. And if you're talking, well, this is medium for basically everyone. Most of them do not have an additional focus. I sometimes set that up, but just want to put that out in there. I don't know, doesn't matter much. It still is medium, so it remains there. That's a common occurrence that it might go too heavy or something, and then you'll see. You can also see this here. Training load is medium. In his case, he's susceptible to injury, so that's a bad example. Match load is light on him. But overall, it is medium to light on everyone involved. There's not much of a problem there. And this is a result of, well, in general, the the recovery sessions and all that. So, you know, we do not exactly hit them very hard in training. And it is also a result of the rest sessions. I set this up as automatic, as you do. And I actually reduced it at the start of the season. So there's not really much intensity in the training overall. In fact, if they are tired, they do not do pitch work. And for all levels of tiredness, this is still half. I think prior to me changing it at the start of the season, I had this on normal and this on half. And we never had this situation in the lower leagues. So it might be random, or it might be something I do not comprehend. We also signed new physios, I might add. Our physio department now has... Where is it? Apparently we are not that good in the physiotherapy therapy department in comparison to Johor DT, but that doesn't really tell you much. Our physios now have 10 points of physiotherapy. So that's a big jump upwards in comparison to lower leagues. There we had physios with physiotherapy 4 to 7, I think. I just threw out the head physio like 5 minutes on the stream ago. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions in that regard. Also, as Twitch keeps reminding me, I need to do a 30-second ad break. Sorry, I'll do it now, so we don't have to deal with it in the match. BRB. Hi. Okay, we made it to the other side. So first of all, we did get recommendations by an intermediary for a Russian goalkeeper from a Lokomotiv Moscow, probably. A Lokomotiv 2M Moscow. Okay, whatever the name is derived from. I'm not from Eastern Europe. I don't know. Sure. If this is a recommendation, offer a trial to the guy, and otherwise I'm not really interested. Thanks. Yeah. So I also wanted to ask SH1NU. I don't know how to pronounce this. What kind of stuff are you interested in? I'm perfectly happy to focus on this or that, and I don't know if you have a particular interest that brought you in here. And same applies obviously to everyone else. Maybe with the exception of Misa's question about winning the league. I think that's I guess it's fair to say that this is trolling at this point. Also the 442, by the way. Where is it? That is a recurring theme, I might argue. Okay, there's a few trials that come to an end. So he doesn't really serve any purpose, as it seems. Wait! Grandpa might play next match, actually. They do not want him to offer. That's better. I just don't like the personality much. There's some development in him, but I mean, an 18-year-old that has bad personality and is a foreign player. Foreign players might be a problem here. It's not really a big concern. He's also very inconsistent. So we basically would need to change the personality. He's a lefty on the left wing, which is fine with me. I do like the teamwork and the work rate a lot. But we don't have any money. And you know, don't want to bring a bad personality into the club. That said, unambitious plus level-headed is not horrible, if I'm not mistaken. It's somewhat okay. On the other hand, focus on what we can afford. So, this is today's focus. Match against Kuala Lumpur. They play a wing play style with a 4-4-2. I'm confused already. Okay. Sure. They tend to put the ball out wide and then cross it into the box. That's all fine. Dangerous opponent who will make life very hard for us. Well, the last time we tried to play a low block, it didn't go that well. Given that this is a home game, we will go out and try to play positive football. Sure. I'll show you. Given that, you know, we face those anyway. In fact, I will go into too much detail, most likely. So, if you wanted a 2-minute answer, you will probably not get it today. Well, you might get a half an hour answer, though. So, we play a 4-2-3-1. At least, if we go with the positive mentality, the mentality I tend to shift, depending on what we face and how the game's going. We also have a defensive tactic trained. That didn't go well last time out. That said, like, we tried this one time in the league, but yeah, we conceded 3 goals playing the low block. It just was the wrong decision, it seems. So, for the next match, though, I will throw all of these out. They played a friendly. For no effect whatsoever, it seems. Might as well tell you about the players. In this case, we do play with a higher defensive line and, well, the usual stuff with counter-pressing, trying to counter, with some ball retention. Actually also playing out of defense, which is a bit absurd, but, well, given the quality of our defenders, we need the short passing definitely. And we have specific instructions on some of these players to play longer passes. So, whilst this is a short passing system, there are players in here, in particular the playmaker, that do make risky passes. Also, it is a kind of formation that worked for us whilst being promoted. This is a great question, but it also, like, me laughing about it is, that is a reflection of the level of play here. This is a defender with good passing. This is also a defender in Malaysia with good jumping reach and good strength. I just want to put that out there. So, in case you're used to something like... There is technical ability here, but not on central defenders. And if you look for a defender, if this is more than 5, you're happy. That makes sense. Because, well, at least according to Football Manager, everybody in Malaysia, and also in Indonesia, given that I was there last season, like in Football Manager, not in real life, everybody's a dwarf. Like, there are exceptions, but in general, a player with 1m65 is box standard normal. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but it's not good. The flip side of this is everybody's really fast. So, ball-playing defenders, not so much a thing. I'll show you the other defenders for good measure. This is Mr. Safri. The 4 points of passing are a feature, not a bug. And he knows how to jump for some reason. He's not that fast though, which is a problem here in Malaysia. Then we have Carrier, who I guess you get the general picture, right? Does this answer your question? Not to be condescending. It's just how it is. And it's quite a lot of fun, by the way, because it's the same for the other team. So the flip side of this is we signed a Chinese striker that is a target forward for us. And well, despite us not being that good quality-wise in general, I think he stands a chance. He scored 5 goals in 3 matches, if I'm not mistaken. So we're fine, somewhat, as long as he's available, which might be a problem looking at the match load. Yeah. I guess that answers the question about the defender and the tactic in general a little bit at least. So going towards a target forward usually, trying some patient possession and so on and so forth. Not because I'm a big fan of possession football, but really just because it's not like we have the option to play really attacking football. We could, but we lose the ball a lot, even playing a possession-based system. It's not like we have the option to... we are not really qualified to shut down the opposition all the time. So we try to retain control most of the time. Also, the club seems under the impression that we can play attacking football, possession football, entertaining football, and high-pressing tempo football. So it's not like we have much of a choice. That said, maybe I should bring up Mr. Zakaria too, given that you're around recognizing players in the squad right now. This is our 16-year-old club captain. I know, weird decision, but I did it anyway. He has some leadership, so there's some sense to that, other than him being the youngest player that ever played for us, and also in the league, I think. But he's a professional, and professionals are... A professional is like a player with 15 points of jumping reach here in Malaysia. It just doesn't happen. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, we will probably play Ankun if he makes it back. They're still learning about their respective positions though, or roles. And yeah, I'm happy with the goalkeeper, for example. We didn't really have a good goalkeeper throughout last season. Now, granted, he conceded 3 times in the last match, but he is supposed to be consistent and his overall attribute profile seems very, very well rounded for a goalkeeper. So that's new. The squad overall has problems in quality though, and that is derived from the fact that we do not have any wage budget left over. And well, I might have been too excited with the target forward and the goalkeeper, and they are overpaid. Like, not really. We are just underfinanced, I guess. The economic aspects of the club don't look good. That is derived from being on Borneo, though, if I'm not mistaken. You know? People do not like to travel to another island in Malaysia just to watch a football game if they have 15 other clubs available around them. So usually people don't make the trip via boat or whatever to see us playing in Borneo. I think in Kuching, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Let's have a look. Where is it? Club info, facilities. We are in Kuching in Sarawak. So there's one other club in here. I guess formally speaking, it's 2. But there's one other club that isn't Sarawak or Sarawak United. And that is Kuching. So, yeah. I think there's one other club on Borneo too. We played them recently. Which was it? Sabah? I think Sabah is to the eastern side of Borneo, if I'm not mistaken. All the clubs located there, not sure about what the location's called. Guess we can have a look, right? Facilities are... Cool. Kota Kinabalu. Not that I know how to pronounce it or how big this is. So, As a result, we have players that are still on non-contract, like him, Badrul Hisham. He's fine, but we cannot really afford to pay our players. So we don't. And as a result, we rely heavily on loans. I guess Sealand could be proud. But it's not like we have much of a choice. It's a necessity. Shall we play Baru now that he made it back from injury? He is still very susceptible to injury though. Maybe from the bench. Maybe we'll stick with Hammer. Summary's hurt, so I guess that makes RC primary option here. Not a big fan. I would have liked to go through the middle this time. To be fair, I guess that's a chance for Dodd. Nazarudin didn't really have bad games so far as our attacking midfielder, but pulled knee ligaments. That's better than the broken collarbone at least. I think I don't know. Will he make it back prior to the start of the transfer window? When's transfer window? That's not league rules, right? League rules. Next transfer window it's right behind. Can you see it now? Not really. It is, we are in March. It is in May. 28th of May. So, 14th of March, that means 2 months? 2.5 months until the next transfer window. And one of the players is out 8 to 10 weeks. Great! So I guess he'll make it back for us to determine if we want to keep him in a transfer window. And that's a loanee. The alternative is to throw him out immediately, but we will not get another loan for him. Not that it matters much. Maybe the physio department can practice on him. Ayman seems to train pretty well. I'm really happy with this signing overall. Doesn't cost us much money. Trains well. Happy with it. RC's fine too. I guess we'll praise all of them. Yeah, later though. Any other thoughts so far? I talk too much. Feel free to articulate any concerns or, I don't know, whatever you're interested in, really. You probably have a particular save too, so feel free to tell me about that. Maybe Mies can have a start. Did you continue your China save, Mies? Are there any additional results ever since last time? You probably had more time than me doing it. That's not much. Anyone else? Not really. No. I was hoping for more. I thought you won the league by now. There was, prior to the stream, I had a few minutes to reflect on whatever was going on in the stream. You know, because as I said on the Discord, I took a shower previously. So, League free? League free what? Yeah, you got promoted from the League free, I thought. Well, I played FM23 for quite a while. I think there's like 200 episodes of my accidental start into streaming on YouTube. So, in case you want to see really bad content, that is the perfect opportunity to do it. Well, whatever league you're in. Just like me. I'm also supposed to win this league apparently, at least according to you. Just wanted to give it back. That's good. We are the best. If you do not know the context, it's like everybody will be like, what the hell are they talking about? Everybody will get relegated. They really suck. And then, well, you start one of those saves and then you realize that we're basically trying to find the saves that are the most absurd from perspective of the circumstances. Which league do you play in Spain, though? By the way, I never did Spain. Like, I'm from Europe, but apparently Spain is something I never encountered. Well, it's very similar. I never did France, and I never did something in Italy in Football Manager. Well, I might have done Italy like half a year, half a in-game season. You know, not that much though. Ah, I see. Okay, so that's not a thing here though. Sorry to disappoint. Or, well, I don't know the potential because that's part of the fun, at least to me. So, I usually expect the potential of our players to be somewhere around or below Wales level, if that makes sense. There might be the random freak accident, like, you know, on the level of Christian Bale, but usually it's somewhere down there. And I really like it. I really like it. It is very different from whatever you see in the upper leagues. The expectation is that we get defeated, so as always, we are expected to lose. I never really completed the rant about the shower fort, did I? So, it is not really specific to a shower fort, I guess. But, well, to a shower. The fort is about Football Manager, though. I thought to myself, okay, we conceded 3 goals in 3 matches. So, statistically speaking, even though this is a really low sample size with 3 matches, we did concede 1 goal per match, so we need to strengthen defense. Like, conceding 1 goal per match as somebody that is likely to get relegated is not horrible, but it's not great either. So we should definitely try to shut up shop. And then my thought was, okay, but we conceded 2 of these goals trying to defend specifically, and the third one trying to keep the hold on a lead. So maybe defending is not exactly our strong suit. So maybe we should focus on it in training. And then I thought to myself, well, or we go the Mika Billion way. Mika Billion is one of our subscribers. So he's, at least in my head, I'm probably misquoting him here. And, well, this is a way to alienate your own subscribers. But at least in the way I perceived it, he likes attacking football a lot. So I thought to myself, well, Mika Billion would probably try to score 5 goals more. Shall we do that? That doesn't make much sense. We do score enough. We scored 8 goals in 3 matches, I think. So I think we're fine in that department. So now I don't know what to do. I guess I will still go for better defensive performances. Not that I know how to deal with that, because defenders are expensive, we can't really afford any. Yeah. So this is why everything in training is still the same. I am in analysis paralysis. For now, though, we won't change it for the next match anymore. Alright, let's have a look. How did they train? And more importantly, are they match fit? I'm on this. Chung I-King was hurt. He just returned from injury. What did he have? A twisted knee. Sure, we will play him immediately. That makes sense. Not. Also, he's not the most skilled player in our squad. This is really fun, in a way, because we did play him recently, due to an injury situation, and let's just say League McMenemy is first of all a tongue breaker for me, because usually I think he's called McEnemy, which doesn't make any sense. But whatever. But apparently the exposure to match experience helped. So now he trains well. Great. I don't know, let's fire Ankun and play the Northern Irish guy all the... You gotta be kidding me. Yes, his contract runs out. We loaned him from Northern Ireland, I think. From Northern Ireland. And now that he's over here, other clubs within our divisions are interested in signing him for the Liga Super Malaysia. Can't you just take anyone else? We should bite their hands off. He trains well. Well done, sir. Jack Stell has a reasonable performance in training, given that he just scored 5 goals in 3 matches. At least I think it is. Jeffrey, sure, welcome back. And Dodd trains well. Not sure if I want to praise him on a 7.3 though. And then there's a bunch of trash up there, down there. He's 39, I will not complain. He's 21. I do. That is... We still have Ron around the club. Is Thomas still here? No, Thomas is gone, isn't he? Did I sell Thomas? What happened to him? He probably went to Sarawak or something. Transfer history. Better. Marshan. So this is not a local club, but really low grade. Yeah. We lost one of the 2 players that got a real nickname. Thomas. The other one is Choo Choo. Choo Choo is still around, but... Well, there's a story about trains there, so it's a bit silly. But in case Choo Choo, our club captain, will play at one point, you might encounter stuff. This is no good. It's not fine. Baru, you just returned from injury and your training's shit. This is not the way you get any recovery. I'm also not happy with the training of Fakrullah. He also just returned from injury. Apparently he's really controversial about it though. Ah, come on. Apparently I criticize him too much. Well, in that case, you should train well. Discipline is important. You cannot behave like this. That's also true for Ishak. He will probably accept it. Sure. And then he's hurt. No, he's not hurt. He has transfer arranged. That's a goalkeeper. I don't care about him. In his case, though, he trains. He plays. He doesn't like the criticism. Alright, we'll give it a go like this. So, playing a 4-4-2. Any tactical recommendations? Now, let me guess. So, first of all, Mies wants me to play a 4-4-2 probably, which will not happen. But how can we interpret this? Let's have a look. So his off-the-ball movement is a bit bad. Tackling is pretty good though. Defensively speaking, this player is some quality, I think. He's somewhat fast. Not that small, not that weak. Dribbling's pretty bad. But first touch is great. So tight marking and then hoping for the best. Musa, we have no idea. But given the age, I suspect we can probably go in hard on him. It's really unlikely that I determined that. I don't know. How tall is he? 1 meter 67. Yeah, not so sure. So, we don't know about his defensive capabilities. Well, his tackling's low. So the assumption is that probably his general defensive profile is not that impressive, which means going through the middle might be an idea. They also play down the wing, and, well, defensively this is not very good. On the attacking side, that is threatening. It's not so similar here. This guy seems somewhat okay defensively for a winger. It's a concern. So I guess going down our right is not exactly a priority. And that is probably why the left back seems to be more attacking minded. Which he's not really bad at. And not great either. It might be similar here. Positioning's a bit better as it seems. Or the central defenders. He can't jump. That is sad. It's even sadder here. So our target forward might have a problem. He's 16, by the way. Wow. Seems like there's super talent in Malaysia after all. So let's get in there. It says we should go very defensive. I tried something similar last time. That didn't work out well, so that's a lie. We'll not do that. We'll bring along another goalkeeper. We need a right back, so that's Amran to me. We need Carrier probably. I'd rather not bring Safri. Rosti, usually the one for the left. Then we need a defensive midfielder maybe. I guess Rosti it is. Rosti, McManamy. For attacking midfield, absurdly enough, it's not like we have that many choices. So we need to bring him actually. He's not a great option there. But it's not like we have anything else available to us. Because, well, Chuchu's still ready. And the last spot goes to Azalmuddin. Which means this is a lineup. Do I feel comfortable going through the middle? Not sure. Not sure. We need to set up opposition instructions. So, this striker seems like he's qualified but also very young. Tight marking will probably not work. He does have 7 points of dribbling and not that much bravery though, so we'll go with normal tackling on him. I do not really want to do it hard. This somewhat threatening feels similar to me. He does have 8 points of strength though, contrary to him. So in his case, maybe not giving away free kicks is a good idea. It says we should mark him tightly. I do not agree. He has good off-the-ball movement and anticipation. Concentration is very low, yes. But he's fast enough to get away from the defender, in particular against ours. So I have a hard time with that. He needs to be shown on the left. Just due to the weak foot, but also for tactical... well, it's hard. For tactical considerations... Holy shit. You startled me, Cheryl. Don't do that to me. Also, welcome back. The club is not to be fired. We just take it one match at a time. Really. This is some sort of a journeyman save. So, I don't know. The last installment of Football Manager in FM23, I did call it involuntary journeyman at some point because we got fired twice. But it's not like I have an intent other than doing what I do each season, and we'll just see where it goes. So it's probably not what you want to hear, but I don't know. Our goal is to not get relegated this season, and then we'll see. Incremental improvement. I don't know. Maybe make this club a good club in Malaysia. Or, I don't know, I might even go back to Wales at some point. But, yeah, not so sure. It is... I think it is appropriate. Like, obviously you can also do projects and set a specific goal and afterwards abandon a save. But I'm this weird person that goes through with one save file for the entire installment. Like, at least on stream. Him? Oh, I think he'll be cheap. The first of all, see? 1k per week, not that much. Like, 2 out of 5 of our wage budget, approximately. 2/5, I think it is. So, not that much. We'll be fine. Obviously, we'll sign him. He'll want 1.5k per week or something, probably. So, no journal, that will not happen. Sorry. Yeah. And we probably need to close him down, if nothing else. I do not know how to deal with him otherwise. He needs to be marked out of the game. Problem is, he's also a good tackler. So, he's dangerous from two perspectives. Bravery and strength is somewhat low. It's not fantastic. I wouldn't say it's a case of a hard tackle, though. Maybe normal. Musa, I know jack shit about him. He is a good passer. Why hard? His bravery is 7 or 8. He is technically talented. Wait. Maybe we'll find somebody. So, he's not the one. He needs to be marked tightly too. And I have no idea about the rest. Here's Vandy. That's also an option to win the ball back. Not horrible. Very good passing though. I don't know. I guess we do trigger the press on him, that's for sure. And also show him to the inside, probably. He has good passing though. Still, that congests the general play to the middle of the pitch, and we're better defending there. Which reminds me, their general approach is to go for crosses, so we try to stop them. That should be fairly intuitive. And in their cases, that's a better case for a harder tackle, I think. His first touch is bad too, so maybe closing him down and tackle him hard. So winning the ball back higher up on the pitch. I'm not sure how often that'll happen, but it might be a thing. We have 5 points of passing here and 9 points of passing there, so I guess me ranting on about Malaysian central defenders that do not have passing skill, that was a lie. It's just that I cannot afford them. That wasn't a lie. So we'll keep it like this, most likely. With him, I don't know what to do. Hard tackling is not really a thing here. Neither here. And that's a case of a normal tackle, maybe. And, well, no tight marking, but closing them down. The ball movement was alright, right? It's not that good. But marking him tightly, Is there a particular weakness on the goalkeeper? His first touch. Passing, but for a goalkeeper this is fine. Composure's a bit low. So But for a 16-year-old, the best we can hope for is that he will be challenged by randomness. Yeah, great. Alright, you still want me to tackle him hard. Who would do the job? Zakaria would do the job. With 6 points of strength. Or Ankun with 5. I think I'll stay with normal Cheronolet. Please forgive me. But we need to do this. I think I'll stick with what I'll have. But thanks for the recommendation. We will maybe work the ball into the box, actually. It really depends. If we need to go for more possession as a defensive approach. Also, well, I'm a bit sitting on a fence there. The entire work ball into the box and time-wasting approach might be... It might be perfectly viable to do that in general. Because a point's a point, and we are still fighting against relegation, despite where we are in the table. What person in news is that? Is that for you as a person, or for one of the players here as a person? Either way, let me know. Now I'm interested. Also, well, we will go to the match. Which means that we'll have a team talk. This is a home match, so everybody should be really excited and well motivated. Oh, nice. So let me guess. You applied for both. You maybe you want to determine one of the two. Come to think of it, might have a weird look if you apply for both. You're like, I just want to get promoted. Position doesn't matter. Okay. I really hope for you that it's not two vastly different roles. Otherwise, the interviews will be pretty funny. That's, you know, it might be perceived in a weird way. But we can probably discuss this after yet another one of these nasty breaks. We need to have one. I snoozed it for 3 times now. So, we'll have one of those. BRB. Hi, I'm back. Also, hopefully all of you are still there. So, I have other news too. I bought hardware. It's not in the computer yet, but I bought new hardware. As a result, processing time will probably be half of what it is these days. So that's a positive. It takes until the middle of next week though for it to arrive, and then I need to put it in the rig and so on and so forth. So there's that. Also, I calculated the time for amortization. for the investment in hardware. If we continue with the current amount of ad revenue on that stream, plus Cherenolit's contribution and the 2 subscribers, it will take us like 10,000 streams until I have the money back. So, well invested. Okay. It's fun though. What do we tell the squad? You got any ideas? There's nobody that is. I will wait, yes. Maybe I will click something on accident, you know how I am. I invested in hardware. I bought a new CPU, a new motherboard, a new cooler, and RAM. So, like, not a graphics card, because apparently that's not an issue here. And I have one. But everything else is, like, ancient. So, it did make sense. I didn't receive it yet. I bought it. It will be delivered these days. Why would it be... What do you mean installed? Like software installed or assembled? The CPU will be whole once it arrives. But apparently it is not about a team talk, so we might as well go forward and have this talk in the match, right? I do own a tower, yes. Let me... No, camera cable is not long enough. I will put a picture on the Discord, okay? I do own a tower, yes. I will put a new hardware in. It's not that hard. I've been doing this for 30-something years now. I'll be fine. It's okay. No, it's not a new tower. It is new... It gets a new heart and new other organs. It gets new internals. You know, the stuff that is actually relevant. So, I don't know, maybe I just misunderstood, man. But I do not buy pre-assembled hardware stuff, why would I? It's expensive and I know how to put it together. Doesn't make sense. So in case anything goes wrong, I just slap in the old stuff. I'll be fine. It's okay. And if I'm not back at any point, you know, then something exploded or something. Team talk. We won the result, right? So go get a draw. Maybe. I don't know. This is too much though. The pressure's on them. So go get a draw will be the pressure is not on us. Nobody cares. It was worth a try. So that was wrong. I thought playing the 4th in the league, they will be all... I don't know, we can't do this. Usually they are like this. But apparently, I was wrong. So we'll tell them that I have faith, everybody is inspired, motivated, and so on and so forth. And then... we will face our future nemesis. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. See? 40k. Spots, not people. Everybody could sit, but apparently they still stand, because, you know, you can't see anything. Funnily enough, he's wearing some sort of formal dress code. I don't know why. Is there no sticker for Elvis? I can... This stream stickers has a Discord channel. You can you can actually recommend stickers there to be designed. So I can put one a recommendation on there in case they want to make it an official sticker for Elvis. If that is appropriate from your perspective. That or I can do something myself, but Creative Commons stuff, license free. You know? For Elvis, that'll probably be, interesting. seems like they are well in control of the match so far. Don't like that. They do not push up that high, but rather high. On the other hand, we try to congest the pitch a lot. The attacking midfielder doesn't really help defensively, it seems. And that's the first corner conceded. Not good. You can do better, guys. Sure, they believe me. For some reason there's nothing going on here. Okay. Please lose the ball. That's not losing the ball. Not at all. That's also not... Shouldn't Musa be marked tightly? As a 16-year-old, right? But our defensive midfield doesn't really do the job, does it? Well done, Harsey. Off to a good start. Ah! Well... Maybe should have taken a pass or a cross, but it did work somewhat. I guess that's okay, Mr. Elbuk-Chastel. What do you guys think? Will he score today? Once more? You're like, it worked last time, let's tackle him hard. Doesn't matter if he's any good at it. RC. That was the right defender, yeah, you're correct. He's tackled normally these days. And we do trigger the press on him. You really think hard is the good approach? How's Harsey? Harsey's tackling as a whole 2 points. I think that was a random freak accident. It's hard enough. Don't want him to be thrown off the pitch. No. Yeah, claim it. That's better. So... I realize you like hard tackles and so on. But given the Harsey a yellow card from the start, nice save by Mochali. And we did set him to avoid the crosses, so that certainly didn't happen this time. Well intercepted by Ayman. We do. I set it up that way. Have a look. There's proof. And just for your information, I did do without the hard tackling, because in general the tackling in our squad is not that good. Elbuk-Chastel wins the ball. That was really bad, by the way, receiving the pass on their side. Good play. RC... Still Harsey? There's a cross! Oh. That looked interesting for a second. Okay, that's not offside. Well tackled though. And that's probably offside. Yep. Sad. But so far, chances seem to be... well, somewhat well distributed. In particular, not that high quality chances on both sides. Don't lose the ball like this. Well done. That's dangerous. But not much of a problem so far. Don't let him shoot. Don't let him pass the ball either. That's bad defending. Well, Hammer, you gotta do better. Yeah. Still in the penalty area. Receives the pass. Fuck. Well, I do not really know what to do about stuff like this. Everybody else was around. Yeah, of course. Don't tell me hard tackle. I guess hard tackle would be a thing. But it was all in the penalty area. People were around. This Tamin guy. Does he have specific instructions? Yep. Gabriel Nistelrooy Tamin. That exactly. And I guess we take off the light tackles. So that's my bad. Going back to him, yeah, I thought the same. Sorry, I wanted to have a look. He's... Well, it says he's Malaysian. But you might as well Google him. If you're interested. Maybe. Have a look. I really don't know. He does speak English though. But, Malaysia is... Well, at least according to Wikipedia. All of my knowledge is derived from Wikipedia or from games. So, at least according to Wikipedia, Malaysia seems to be an interesting combination of different cultural backgrounds. So, like, Dutch would be entirely possible. There were, I think there were, or are, I guess were, Dutch colonies in the Pacific at one point. Jeffrey gets a yellow card. And we barely get away with a long shot that touches outside netting only. Jeffrey on his yellow is probably not a good thing. So let's tell him to ease off tackles instead of tackling harder. And in general, not much is happening. Focus of attack so far isn't really... Well, there's not much of focus to be had here. We do stand better chances down the left wing, it seems, though. So... we try to go down the left. And on the defensive side, I still think we have a better chance to trap them on the inside. Does that make sense? There's more players in the middle. So in general, I think trapping on the inside would result in faster counter-attacking opportunities too. Might be entirely wrong though. Zacharias on the yellow now, I don't like that. Don't do anything stupid, Jeffrey. This time in person is really interesting. Also really dangerous. Yeah. I'll put him on defensive midfielder. And tell him to ease off tackles. Taking fewer risks or more risks? He has good passing. You might as well take more risks at this point. 5. It is 5. And I guess we can sub players at some point, but there is not that much quality on the bench. Well, there's a 39-year-old striker, so make of that what you will. But we didn't create much here. They are the better team. That's for sure. We do not really retain possession. So either we focus on retaining possession to at least create some chances, or we go with, fuck that, try to go down the wings, they push forward there anyway, and pass into space. I try to run for it. That works too. Ah! Close. Musa was shown a yellow card now. Also, I should confirm the changes. Intercept. Thanks, thanks, I saw it. That is Horrible. Well, in a way, Elbert Chastel did score. He just... Well, I guess he produced the goal on the wrong end, if that makes sense. He didn't even put it into the goal himself, though. That pass back, that is China level on Mises' save. I'm really impressed by this. Fantastic. Thank you very much for, I guess you jinxed the stream, Mies, being around and all. It's your fault. What can we do, though? Hey, that's a yellow. That was clearly with a tactical component. Also, our goalkeeper is not exactly consistent so far. Maybe he'll get a little bit better in half a year. Who knows? Funnily enough, the bad pass was produced by Ankun. He is a decent passer. The defenders, on the other hand, are really bad with this. So, I think we'll do it the other way. Forget about all of this stuff, we'll work the ball into the box. We need to create something at some point, and we need to retain possession. For it to happen. But in general, I think this is not throw the water bottle territory just yet, but it's definitely berating territory. Bad, 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 bad. Everybody, you all have been bad. You have been really bad. I am not happy with any of you. Don't be like that. I will put on choo-choo. Behave. Of course they subbed a few players. Sure. Let's have a look. Free. A concept. He's a bad jumper. That's great. We also do not need to mark him tightly. So Hasnul is the one. As a result, Elbok Chastel can be closer to Mr. Hasnul. That's the wrong one. Where's Hasnul? Here. So, that might seem weird, but he shouldn't mark him tightly. But he should mark him. And then we'll close him down. And that will result in a really uneven competition. Because we will also tackle him hard. There we go. This is Mr. Shahabuddin. He's where? He's a left back. Not that slow. Technically somewhat okay. Passing's pretty bad. We'll show him to the wrong foot. And maybe try to trigger a press on him. That's pressing a lot high up on the pitch though. So, kind of conflicted on that. On the other hand, well, we need to do something. Selamat. Did they just take off their... They took off Mr. Nistelrooy. So, don't know. That's a thing. Bravery's low, dribbling's low, strength is low. Kick him off the pitch. And also... Passing's bad. He's really just a good finisher. He tries to play way out of trouble too. Okay. Born and raised there. So, yeah, it is a personal grudge thing for him then. Let's have a look at that again. It says here, place of birth is unknown, but I trust you. You betrayed your country. Well, at least Sarawak you did. So we can do all of that. We can also tell everybody to go towards target forward now. Given that we know that there's one central defender around that is rubbish, at least with the jumping and all, we can do that. How's the positioning? Didn't really have a look. Sorry, positioning's 11. His positioning is 12. So, also, they're running and all, that's fine. So I suspect they will be in the right position, and we need to have a physical duel there, something in the air. So, in possession, we float the crosses. Like this. And he should probably also cross towards target forward if he can. That's it. Let's see if we can turn this thing around. There is an opportunity there. Also, we will probably not take it. But let's try to be positive about it. And the next team talk for on the pitch, well, it's not a team talk. The next shout will be really easy. Here, it's that one. Do something. I expected more. Players that were even worse than you defeated Johor DT at some point. Not in the league, but in the cup, and it was last season, but that is the standard that is required to play for this club. Nothing happens. Yes, but, well, yes. I just don't know how to deal with it. And at this point we're 54 minutes in. Any idea for substitutes? Obviously we can play, well, we can replace the yellow cards. But also Ankun is on a 6.5 too. I'm actually inclined to bring the Northern Irish guy McManamy back on. You and your damn 442. But the old man is not a good jumper. And we just started the concept with the jumping. So, also he just returned from long-term injury. I think that's really risky. What we can do though is we can replace Rusty. And I will seriously consider McManamy here. And, yeah, carry for Jeffrey. Old man no jumping. Old man 7 jumping. Old man just passing. True. So, given that they are pretty, well, capable of avoiding passing and stuff, maybe it is an okay-ish idea to not do it yet. If it doesn't work, say, for the last 25 minutes, maybe we can do it then. I'm not opposed to the idea. In general, I want him to be on the pitch at some point. Sure, that's why I brought him in. Yeah. So that. He doesn't need to play as a thingy though. Defensive midfielder. Go out and make it happen. Hopefully in the next 10 minutes something's happening. That is the wrong side of the pitch. I wanted something to happen on the other side. Well blocked. Okay. That's not good. We'll continue the theme of the berating if we can. Once we can. Now we can. They also made another little substitution. Let this go through first. Who was it? Him. Muhain Mohammad. Good passing. No strength. So, I guess we'll gamble it. He probably won't have good off the ball movement either. But really they are way better than us. so far. Oh, Rusty on the ball found Dot. Dot found a very clear offside situation. Not that it matters much. Shot was blocked anyway. Okay. There is another scene here. Let's see where it goes. Yes, carrier. Out on the left is fine. Okay. Well, this certainly didn't work. Well done. And Harsey just finds another player again. Don't know what to say, other than we will bring on the old man. I've seen enough. Bring him on. We keep the crossing towards target forward, funnily enough. Because, well, he still does something like this. But we will take off the floated crosses. This is not a 4-4-2 now. I don't want to go for a 4-4-2. We have no idea how to play one. I will bring on Choo Choo for Harsey. And we will overload here. On the left side. Maybe I should have done that far earlier. Hopefully nobody else will hurt themselves, and well, I think for good measure something like this will probably help a little bit. True. True. But maybe these two help. Nice dot. Good pass. That's probably the last scene of Albert Chastel, if there is any. If there is any... It hits the crossbar. You gotta be kidding me. That would have been his chance. He didn't have it. Didn't take it. Go. Yellow card for carrier. Doesn't matter to me. As a mood in, nice pass. Ugh. This, not so much. Choo Choo. That's a good pass on the 4-point of passing guy. Rusty. Magnanimity. Of course he takes the shot, because, well, there's no opportunity to pass it towards anyone. But we do create a little bit of a thing there. Not much, though. That is offside. Well, let's go very attacking. Maybe we can score a goal. Come on, guys. All the substitutes are done. Nah. Claim it. That's not claiming the ball. What are you doing? I'm also not that impressed with the goalkeeper just yet. Blocked by the wall. Would you please run? Magnanimity on a yellow card too. Ismail, not a chance for them. It really is a poor defensive performance though. Looking at the expected goals in particular. Conceding 1, sure. Conceding 2, okay. We're entirely within the realm of the possible, sure. Well, that was a good dribble. For starters. And then we go back to something like this. Magnanimity. That's not a good pass. That's just possession. Rusty, Badrul Hisham, Armor. No cross available. McManamy. Rusty. Sure! Something. It didn't succeed, but at least it's a corner. Another one. It's all too little too late though, isn't it? Chucho takes the corner. It's another corner. We could have done that 90 minutes ago. Nope. Not today. Azamudin's pass. Great. Also a foul. Yeah, that's it. Game's done. Well, it seems like they were very fast, closing down. Basically all the time they had the upper hand. I don't really know what to do about this. So we didn't create that many chances against them. They played a very narrow 4-4-2. Our efforts to go down the wings weren't really successful. I did not focus on the middle specifically. We did try to go down a wing at some point, and that didn't work. We maybe should have stretched play a little bit more against them, which is a weird thing to say against a 4-4-2. Usually going through the middle is a good idea in that case. And we weren't really tight enough in the back. Looking at this, we had wider play. So, but that did give them opportunities, and the way they scored was here. Well, that are the safe ones. What are the ones that it would work? Oh, that was us. So this is them. Yeah, that was close to the penalty spot. At this point, it is too late to defend it, really. Yeah, but then again, this is opposed to the playing style that the board will accept. So I'm not saying you're wrong. It might be a good idea, yes. But also for like, I guess at least the first half, the first 50 minutes, but at least the first half, there were central defenders on the pitch with good positioning and good jumping, good strength, good physical endeavor in general. So against them, our target forward doesn't really stand a chance. He's not Jorge Cesar. He's borderline tolerable as a target forward. He has 10 or 11 points of jumping reach. So against a proper central defender, he doesn't really stand a chance. I am also concerned with the goalkeeper's performance, the entire defense's performance, obviously. His bad pass back. So at least one of the two goals was entirely avoidable. I'm like, this was the worst pass I've seen in a long while. The wingers didn't really help much. The attacking midfield didn't really help much. None of them had any good performance. I guess Ayman didn't do that much wrong. Well, assuming the rating, but I think we'll go with this. And the goalkeeper conceding 2 goals, that's not good. I was really hoping that he could save at least one. So we're getting closer to we concede too much. 4 matches, 5 goals conceded. From my perspective, that is too much. Sure, relegation candidate and all, but I'm not happy with this. Your thoughts? Other than what Sharon Nollet just shared, obviously. Thank you for the feedback, Sharon. There is a match though, it's on Saturday. You're talking about the result or about me not changing much? Because I guess you're right in both ways. I think there's still problems with tactical familiarity, looking at this. Oh, we played positive and very attacking. So they did play better and very attacking mentality. But that was just desperation. But I think the level of players in particular, and it's probably a fair assessment. So that's maybe I'm finding excuses, so I have a hard time phrasing this. But maybe it is a fair assessment to say that the quality of players wasn't good enough last season, and we got them promoted. So it was only about consistency and good luck. If you just remember back then how the team behaved in the last few matches once they realized they have something to lose. We barely made it over the finish line. It was really, really hard. And in the end, it came down to, I think 2 points. We needed the win, right? In the last match, if I recall correctly. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Sure, let's have a look. We have a few minutes, right? So Asamuddin made his debut. Our assistant manager he's just like Sharon Nollet, praising opposition players. The former assistant manager, not the one in the channel right now. So let's have a look. That is in squad planner comparison, right? They moved it. Sure. So in general, this doesn't tell us much, other than maybe this is a bit concerning. The average wage is 95 euros. The average wage in the rest of the league is 575. Any other questions? Let's have a look at your ouch. this sample gets there is a problem here. Dicky is within this sample, and a few other bad players. Then again, I guess that's a fair assessment. Goalkeepers. Let's have a look at goalkeeper attributes on goalkeepers in particular. Yeah. Well, to be fair, we have a decent goalkeeper. He just received a 6.4 rating, so alternatives are sparse. Defending attributes on all of the players are usually pretty bad. We do have some jumping in comparison to the remainder of the league, and the tackling seems fine. Now let's have a look at the defender's own. Yeah. I mean, apparently passing is available. Who was it previously? SH1 and NU? I hope I didn't butcher that too much. You said to play a ball-playing defender. I guess they are available in the league. If you are capable of paying them 1,000 euros per week. We aren't, though. So, not sure what to do about it. That's pace, that's not passing. I'm bad. Yeah, okay, never mind. Well, the argument is the same. Let's have a look at their technical skills, actually. Just want to do that. On defenders only. For fun. It's similar. It's not that much, but it's similar. Midfield. Our tackling is fine. attack on midfielders and strikers, I guess, is interesting. We do have some jumping, no surprise. And apparently we also have long shots. Somewhat. The rest is rubbish. Physical, well, on goalkeepers I don't mind. We do have jumping on some of the players. I guess I focused on that. And mental attributes in general are, well, we have determination. Technically, crossing and long shots on the strikers are good. Well, that must be a freak accident. Yeah. Okay. So I think, I don't know. I will let you phrase it. What do you think in comparison to the remainder of the league? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being we are the best team in the league, and 1 is we are rubbish. Where are we? Try to be fair with your assessment. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even sure about hate. Maybe was it in there? Probably was part of the report, but at the first sight, right? General. Average hate. Yeah, you are correct. Mm-hmm. In comparison to the rest of the league, yes. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what is that? If you want to assess a number. I think in general you're both right. I agree with that. What number is it though, from your perspective? And I'm like, I don't know, obviously. So it's just a matter of opinion, not a fact. Somewhat. Possession football is 2 out of 4. It's the most important of them all. The possession football is what's really important. The rest is favored. So, I don't know. You think it's a 5? The 5 would be middle of the road for the league. So I guess I disagree with that. But I mean, it's your opinion, you can have it. A 5. But wouldn't a 5 mean we are always on that line here? Well, a 5 or a 6. Or at least close to it. So direct passing towards Elbow Chastel might be an idea. They are. Well, it's one though. I guess it's not. We can teach him to not be ball-winning midfielder, but maybe something that contains more direct passing. No, Mies, you are correct. You are correct. I was just wondering, 5 is very optimistic from my perspective. So, yeah. But that's all I'm willing to say here now. It's not like I respect your assessment. Thank you very much for giving me a number. I really do. I think I was going for more like a 2, personally. So, yeah. On the other hand, there's like he has potential for 4 or 5 at least. Hmm. But it's also a case of some circumstances. For example, we could have avoided a bad start. Well, it's not really a bad start, it's a good start, to be honest. Yeah. But we could have avoided, for example, this. We were up here. We just revamped the squad because we thought it was too, well, we strengthened the squad. We thought about that. But the mental side, like team cohesion did go down a lot. Atmosphere did go down. There's contrasting personalities now because we signed a professional player. The bastard! Why does he do that? That guy trains well, we don't want him in the squad. So that's on me. We signed a Chinese player. We signed somebody from Northern Ireland. There's a bunch of issues within the team that will need to be will need to be ironed out. Is that a way to phrase it? It takes a while. Long term, I think DLP. But the concern with that is, where is he? The concern with that is he has 3 points of flair. So my thought process for him was, first and foremost, I thought, okay, let's use him as a playmaker. But he has the passing. The vision is not that dominant yet. Composure is pretty low, sadly. He does have the balance. In general, I agree. Long term, he will be playmaker. And that's also derived from club captain, professional, really young, a lot of upside potential. And, well, I just think it's appropriate for him. Also, the like central defender position probably will not be the thing for him given the size, the height. And so there's central midfield left. And it's not like he's a very attacking player. So whatever duty he will do, some tackling and I guess defensive duties will be part of it. Marking and positioning is not great, but it's not horrible either. So I thought, well, focus him on a defensive role and let him get some match experience. It will be distributed and the mental stuff will go up. Let him become 18 years old. And up until then, tackling and aggression are there. Yeah. That's a thing. Exactly. So we can maybe do that. And I'm focusing on that. Focus him on the defensive part of his game. I think that's perfectly viable. But his composure and his flair and stuff, it will go up by itself at some point. It doesn't need to go up immediately. So maybe take him off ball-winning midfielder, but he is on ball-winning midfielder because he has no composure. On the other hand, ball-winning midfielder is too restrictive because he has good passing. So I think you have a point there. If we put him on this, but then composure is the major concern, which is not that much of a problem. We'll just put him on Final Third training until he starts complaining. That said, he's professional. He probably won't. And better decision making never hurts anyone. So, like this. Now he lost even more know-how about how to play this, but I guess it's not a position we do this to. We'll have a look at the other player too. Yeah, personalized for him, that's true. And we'll tell him to take more passing risks. That has to do with the formation, I think. With the positive play. On the defensive side, if we put him on defensive midfielder too, and personalize this, here it is available. That makes sense. Okay. So that's a decision for next time. Yeah, which reminds me, I wanted to do one match only. We did it. It didn't really go well, but that's the result of today. So next time out, we will have Keda. In a cup match, actually. At home. How strong are they? They are in 8th spot right now and lost to Sabah recently, so they can't be that good. I don't know. We'll need to come up with a concept next time. I might do a bonus stream throughout the weekend. I don't know. Otherwise, it's on Monday. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will wrap this up now. Have a great evening or a great day in case you're on the other side of the planet. Or, you know, good night, depending on where you are. Whatever. See you soon, and thanks for all the comments and all. Just being invested in the stream. Thanks. Bye.